We haven't really done that before, where I made a video and like you sort of liked it, but then something came up like that, like you need Flash Player to see this. I wonder if it's because it has such a long like intro and everything that we haven't really done this before. I just say again something I said. Maybe I should just manage to do that now, just in case. Be shorter. I'm afraid you're gonna bang though, and like I'm not gonna know what the hell's going on. Um. Oh, why don't I just say it again? What I said is that what. I'm really sorry that happened with the loading thing. What I had said was that at the Senate hearings that when the Secretary of Defense was speaking, there was so much talk and dialogue, and he was speaking for so long and asked questions and things that it's very possible he just like misspoke, and he it was one word. It was one word that I noticed, but a person like me, like who lives in reality, actually took some meaning, potential meaning out of it, and this is the. But I sort of he may. I don't think he meant in a weird way. I think it was a mistake that he said. I think he's. I don't know what he said is he spoke of like we have to respond to this most recent gassing of civilians and children in Syria. I think person would say well he meant to say this recent gassing of people, and he just said this most recent. But a person like me who lives in reality who knows certain that what may have what I assume is possible, and I assume it's probably why he may have misspoken because he may know this that very often like things are happening in another country that only like the military, like our military or military intelligence knows about, the Defense Department knows about it, other governments may know about it, but it's the kind of thing known in another sector, but they can't. But by saying the most recent, it indicates that actually like that like Assad may have like done this kind of thing since there was an uprising, but but it was without anyone, without any footage of it or anything. Like our administration can't come before the American public and say like that they've Assad has gassed women and children in his attempt to put down the opposition, and like we want to do a humanitarian intervention. The public would say like they're lying, or they wouldn't they can't say well other Western governments and us military, the military intelligence, defense, everyone's like there's some sector that's fully aware he's done this say 6 months ago, or he's done this a year ago, or this is the second time he's done this, but they can't until there was footage of it that got out to social media. They would have been unable to tell the public we want to do a humanitarian intervention, because people would have distrusted the government, said well, how do we know that's true or anything, and they can't just say well no it is true, it's known by like this whole sector of the governments in industrialized countries. It's just like we don't have anything, there's no, it's true, he's done this. I mean, no one would believe it, especially after like people are sort of like hesitant about things like that. They would, or people don't want to use the military, do a military action, but no one would have believed that, and things like that go on, like where the military's aware something's happening. And when he misspoke and said like this most recent, I said, something like I personally would like to think of the humanitarian intervention when someone violates your national law and in a way gassing, using like nerve agents and things on women and children and things like that calls for humanitarian intervention. But when he said most recent, I said, something. He may have done it. He may have done it 6 months ago. He may have been doing this kind of thing since there was an opposition that wants a more democratic government, and there was just no way to tell people that. And then the footage leaked out of it. So he may the way I see reality, he probably did this before, and like thank God, like now there's social media and footage. And so we really need to do a humanitarian intervention. Like my guess is like Assad has done this before, like in the recent 6 months ago or a year ago or something. There was nothing they could do because there was no footage of it. That's what I said in that video. that didn't. Maybe you guys know about loading it. Maybe it was because we took too long to get to the point of what we were saying.